Bochiknot and Bochiknot.com. My name is Nicole. For those of you who don't know, in this channel you will find everything related to macrame, from step-by-step pattern tutorials to tips and tricks videos. You should be able to find a lot of valuable macrame content right here. If you do find the content valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. So in today's video, we'll be going over a highly requested topic, and that is macrame cord. What kind of cord do I use? What size of cord? Or how much do I need? And where do I buy it? Are all questions people looking to start off with macrame or who are just starting off with macrame all have. I know I did when I first started off with macrame, so I wanted to go over some of those questions with you guys and tell you a little bit about my experiences, and hopefully that will help you guys out. So we will be going over those questions later in the video, and because today's topic is macrame cord, I wanted to try something different this week, and so I made a bag out of jute cord instead of the usual cotton cord that you see in my other video tutorials. So that pattern for that jute bag will be coming out on Patreon later this week, and so for those of you interested, please check out the link in the video description below. And for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, it's an online platform where you can support artists, and in turn you get access to exclusive content. So in this case, you'll get access to exclusive macrame content on Bochiknot. If you're looking to advance your skill set from beginner to intermediate to advanced, and if you want to learn more macrame in general, Bochiknot Macrame on Patreon may be right for you. Make sure you guys stay and watch till the end because I have something special for you guys. With that, let's begin. So I want to start by talking about the different types of cord that you can get. There are many different types of cord, and they can be used for making different things. And so I'm going to go through some of them that are frequently used for arts and crafts and for macrame. The first one I want to talk about is jute cord. This is used to make coarse cloths and sacks, or you can use the string to tie things together. It can be woven into baskets, bags, rugs, curtains, plant hangers, etc. It is very coarse, and so I wouldn't recommend, if you're just a beginner, to start using this string to macrame. The next type I want to talk about is hemp cord or hemp twine. These are mainly used for arts and crafts like scrapbooking, and especially for jewelry. Hemp fibers are one of the strongest, if not the strongest, of all natural fibers. You can also get hemp cord waxed as well. So hemp cord is good if you're looking to macrame jewelry, such as bracelets or necklaces, because they are thin enough that you can thread beads through and make small intricate patterns. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about cotton cord. This is the best cord for macrame in my opinion. Macrame, which is the art of knotting rope together to form sequences and patterns to make decorative pieces, is best done using cotton cord because the fibers are super soft and easy to knot with. You can definitely try macrame with other types of cord that I had just explained, but if you are just starting out with macrame, I would definitely recommend practicing with cotton rope before you start experimenting with other types of fibers. You can also get waxed cotton cord as well, and this is great for jewelry making. So I also want to talk about the different types of cotton cord out there. But first, I wanted to explain the difference between rope and cord. And I know I use rope and cord interchangeably, and a lot of people do use rope and cord interchangeably. Rope is usually sturdier and stronger and consists of twisted or braided strands, and it's often referred to as 3-ply or braided cord. 3-ply means there are 3 smaller strands twisted together into one strand of rope. And as you can see from the cord that I'm holding up right now, there's 3 smaller strands twisted into one single strand of rope. So the cord that I am picking up right now is braided cord. It is probably the sturdiest of all cotton cords. It is braided together, so it doesn't really fringe really well, as you can see from the ends. It fringes a little bit, but it would be hard to get the whole rope to fringe. So the next one I'm going to talk about is my favorite, and it is referred to as cord or string. It is a single strand cotton cord. It is the most soft and comfortable cord to knot with, and so if you're a beginner, I would definitely recommend using single strand cotton cord to knot with. In my opinion, this type of cord is the easiest to work with. I know the word cord is generally the all-encompassing term applied to all types of strings and rope, and it's usually the term I use throughout my tutorials. I know I mentioned single strand cord is my favorite to use, and I would definitely opt for using that if you are just starting out with macrame, but 3-ply cord is also super soft when you fringe them. They do make sturdier looking knots. I find single strand softer on the fingers, whereas 3-ply cord is more durable and strong. Macrame pieces using a single strand cord look more flat on the front. As you can see in this picture, it's softer and flatter, whereas using 3-ply cord gives the piece a little more texture. My preference over time is to use single strand because of the softness and the way they look, but others might prefer 3-ply. If you are starting out with macrame, I would recommend a soft cotton cord to do your first few projects. So next I wanted to talk about the size of cord that you want to use for your projects. Usually for macrame you can use cord sizes anywhere between 1mm to 10mm in diameter. The wall hangings and plant hangers you usually see everywhere are made from 3mm to 5mm size cords usually. If you see macrame flowers on certain pieces, and of course macrame jewelry like bracelets and necklaces, the usual size for those are 1mm to 2mm. If you want to make large pieces for a wall hanging or curtains, for example, you may opt for anything between 8mm to 10mm. I prefer using 4mm for most of my projects, but a lot of times if I want to make more intricate knots and details like this mandala, I would opt for using 3mm. So you might ask, where can you buy macrame cotton cord? You can buy cotton cord in many different places, online or locally at a craft store near you. The quickest way to get cord if you want to start right away is to go to your local craft store and buy some cord. If you want to get it locally in your city, here in Canada or in the US, you can get them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby in the States. If you get cord from craft shops, they're usually not very expensive. However, they come in small bundles, so if you divide the cost by the meters you get, you're actually paying more per meter usually for getting it at the craft store. And a lot of times those cords are not great quality either, depending on what you can find. Another option is to get it online from Amazon or Etsy or eBay or from other suppliers. Amazon has some very cheap cord that comes from China. You can usually get this for $15 to $20 a roll for about 100 meters of 4mm cord. This is a pretty decent cord for starting your first few projects while you're practicing and getting a feel for it. And this is the cord that I am holding up right now. It's not very good quality cord, but they do the job, and there's enough cord in one roll to make a few projects. So I would recommend you get this cord from Amazon if you are just starting out. Check out the links for this cord below in the description box if you are interested. Once you have had some practice on a few patterns and you're ready to splurge on nicer high quality cord, you can usually get them from suppliers on Etsy, or a lot of times a lot of macrame artists themselves, like me, will supply cord for purchase as well. So if you're interested in the cord that I use in my tutorials and that I've shown you, you can check out the links in the video description below. Last but not least, I wanted to talk a little bit about colored cord. So a lot of times the most popular cord people usually start buying is the raw beige off-white colored cord that is undyed. Colored cord goes through a separate dye process, so they're usually a lot more expensive. So a cheaper alternative to this is to buy that raw undyed cotton cord and then separately dye it yourself. So as you can see here, I took my raw undyed cord that is off-white and beige in color and dyed it into this light dusty pink, as well as this darker, more vibrant pink as well. So there's many different options. You don't have to spend a ton of money on colored cord if you don't want to. If you want to separately dye it yourself, you can save on money and also get the color that you want. So if you guys are interested in learning how to dye your cord, let me know in the comment section below. So that wraps up today's video on macrame cord. I hope the topics we covered today and some of the questions we went through helped you guys out, and if you guys do have further questions related to macrame cord or macrame in general, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. And I know I said in the beginning that I have something special for you guys. For those of you who have stayed and watched till the end, you're going to receive a 20% coupon code for the single strand cotton cord that I offer. So if you guys are interested, please enter the code on checkout. And I'll post a link to my website in the video description below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.